If you know how to do the Bohr model, the Lewis dot diagram should be very easy, because really you only need two things from the periodic table for the Lewis dot diagram. And that's going to be, you need its symbol, atomic symbol, and its location in the correct group, because groups are very alike, and that's how we'll do the Lewis dot for all of these. Okay, so notice that oxygen atomic symbol is an O, and you can see that up here too, and then it is in the sixth group, or 6A group, and so that's going to tell us something very important. One, to start doing the Lewis dot, you're going to draw your atomic symbol, which is just an O in this case for oxygen. Next, you're going to put nice big dots for all of its valence shell electrons. How do you know the valence shell electrons? Because we just said that it was in the sixth column, 6A, and all of the elements in that grouping, that's why we call it a group, is going to have 6 valence shell electrons. And if you remember, I told you to go ahead and start practicing putting them in pairs. So I now am going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's all my Lewis dot diagram is the symbol with the elements put and paired together. Some people will go ahead and put a little slash to show that the electron pairs are paired off, because this means we know there's 2 openings for electrons then. But don't worry about drawing those in. Don't even worry about connecting the lines. It's just putting the dots where they need to go. Thus, Lewis dot diagram. And that is how you do those. Pretty easy, huh? Okay, so this is the assignment part. Now that we know how to do the Bohr model and the Lewis dot diagram, you're going to do it for the first 18 elements of the periodic table. Here, I just gave you number 1. But this is what I want to see. I want to see on your sheet of paper, you put a 1, write the name of the element you're going to do. Then you're going to draw out the Bohr model. It needs to have a P for the number of protons, an N for the number of neutrons in the nucleus. And then you need the proper number of rings that it has and the proper number of electrons on those rings. Notice there's only 1 on hydrogen. Then over in a space beside it, you need to draw the Lewis dot diagram, which is just the atomic symbol, and the number of valence electrons. Remember, they're paired. The most that you're going to put on here is 8. So there'd be, you can have 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, but the most you would have is 8 for any one element. It's just that outer shell, the valence shell electrons. Okay, you're going to then do that for every one of the first 18 elements. So after I did this with number 1, I then would want to need to go second element. Oop, don't want to raise all of that. Helium. And again, I would start to do my protons and my neutrons. And by the way, helium has 2 protons. And then you would have to subtract that, the atomic number from the mass to get the neutrons. And you're going to put that in the nucleus. I'll also help you out. It's on that first period, so it only has 1 energy level or electron shelf. And then put the proper number of electrons on that shell, followed by, here's our atomic symbol for helium, and then put the proper number of valence shell electrons, which is just its outermost ring, the electrons on that outermost ring, and put them around here. Okay? Do that for the first 18 elements. That is your assignment.